It's officially been 1 year since I've graduated from Course Careers, and I'm going to tell you everything that's happened from day one all the way to where I'm at right now and give you guys the entire scoop on my tech sales journey. All right, it all started on February 9th, 2023 when I decided to enroll into Course Careers. Now, before I got into Course Careers, I actually wanted to become a software engineer. I always knew I wanted to become or get into the tech industry. I just wasn't sure what career path to go on. So I was in the military and I used my GI Bill, which is a benefit you get from serving the country. Shout out to all my veterans out there watching, but I really wanted to utilize my GI Bill and I wanted to go to school to get some kind of education. I didn't want to go to a 4-year college, but I wanted to get into the tech field. And so I looked at becoming a software engineer. Crazy story, I actually went through the entire process called the VRN program. It's called the Veteran Readiness Enrollment Program or something like that. Basically, you get to enroll into like these tech boot camps that are verified through the military, and you can use your benefits to go to school. And I already enrolled into this boot camp. I was already approved. They're actually going to send me a computer for this coding boot camp. And I believe it was about 3 to 4 months, but it was like a full-time job. So I'm talking Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. of just straight coding. And so I was really set my mind onto that. But a week before I was going to start the boot camp, I called my recruiter, or my, I guess you could say, director, or someone who was kind of guiding me the process. And I told him I didn't want to go to the boot camp no more and I'm no longer interested. And I decided to join Course Careers and began that path of tech sales. And what really inspired me and motivated me was this YouTube video with Anthony O'Neill and Cyrus talking about being a sales engineer and also about Course Careers. And so I decided to change path and go to the tech sales route. And then as soon as I got into Course Careers, I finished Course Careers within 7 days. It's completely self-paced. You can do it on your own time. So I was super motivated. My goal was to finish at least 10% of the program or the boot camp every day. I took the exam on the 6th day, and then by the 7th day, I got my certificate, which was February 16th, 2023. And that day is when my life completely changed. All right, y'all. Now, after I completed Course Careers, as many of you know, I broke into tech sales in 30 days, meaning I enrolled into Course Careers on February 6th, 2023. By March 6th of 2023, I accepted my first job offer as an SDR. I actually had 2 job offers. I picked the one over the other based off what I thought was the best fit for me. But I'm gonna break down kind of my process of the job search. What did I do? How did I get into tech in 30 days? So I'll just give you a little insights of what I was doing. First thing I did, which I don't recommend, is I applied to over 350 SDR AE roles on LinkedIn. Some of them 95, I'd say like 99% I got declined for. I think I got maybe a couple interviews, but that's completely the wrong approach. But that was one method. I was doing like 50 to 60 applications a day over like 3-4 days, and I got over, it's like 300 plus companies that I applied for. In addition to that, I was heavy on LinkedIn. And so one, I made a profile picture that's a professional LinkedIn photo. Make sure your LinkedIn photo is a professional photo of yourself, preferably a headshot. 2, I cleaned up my LinkedIn bio, my about page, and I just started making posts on LinkedIn. So really just optimizing my profile. So once you do apply, a lot of recruiters actually look on your LinkedIn page just to have a better understanding of who you are as a person. So really optimize your LinkedIn before you start mass applying or reaching out to recruiters. In addition to that, I was sending out crazy connects to VP of sales, CROs, SDR managers, director of business development, hiring managers, recruiters, talent acquisition, just like everyone who was either on the sales side or who was a recruiter that could interview me. I was sending out connects every single day. I even think I hit the limit for sending out connections. I think it's 100 a week or something along those lines. So I would just max out all of my connections. Another thing is, once I actually landed on their LinkedIn page, I would just drop likes on their post and leave like thoughtful comments. Or like, even if you just look on a lot of talent or hiring managers or recruiters, they will actually have a post that will say, I am hiring an SDR for this company. And I would actually just drop a comment on those posts like, hey, I'm super interested in this opportunity, would love to connect. And I would just drop comments right there. But in addition to that, I was just sending a bunch of in-mails, like bunch of messages on LinkedIn, really utilizing LinkedIn And how I actually landed my first tech role was reaching out to a director of business development. She's like the most awesomest person I've ever met. She actually gave me 30 minutes of her time, and she wasn't even hiring for her company, but what she was able to do is actually give me advice on my tech sales journey. She's a director of business development, so has been in tech sales for quite a bit, and actually made a connection or introduction via LinkedIn messages to a VP of sales that I currently work with today, and made the introduction, had an interview, went well, had a second interview with the CEO, that went well. The third interview, I got the job offer, and I officially broke into tech sales. So even just dropping comments and really thoughtful messages, multi-threading different companies, like talk to the SDR, talk to the AE, try to multi-thread your way in. And that's actually how I got into tech sales within 30 days. Just a golden nugget for everyone who's looking to get into tech sales. A lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, I've been trying to break into tech, I haven't been successful. You need to treat your job search like an actual job. I was doing LinkedIn every single day, maxing out my connects, dropping comments, liking, even posting on my LinkedIn, and just being super active. In addition to that, I think LinkedIn has a premium subscription. I think it might be LinkedIn Premium Career or Business, but if it's your first time signing up for a subscription, I think you get a 30-day free trial that allows you to do more searches or more connects. And so what I would recommend is actually purchase the 30-day trial for LinkedIn Premium, so you can send LinkedIn emails that make sure your messages go directly in their inbox without you connecting to them. I believe you have to put in your credit card info, but just cancel it before the 30th day. I put like a note on my calendar to make sure I canceled. But within those 30 days, I broke into tech. And I'm not saying that everyone's gonna break into tech in 30 days. Like even if you get into 60 days, or 90 days, like people go to college for 4 years to make a job that is entry level in tech in terms of income. So really take this serious, and it doesn't have to be tech sales. That's the path I took. Like if you go to Course Careers website, there are so many different tech roles out there. You can be a software engineer, UI UX designer, tech sales. Like there's just so many roles out there. You can get into IT, there's cybersecurity. Like just pick a path that makes sense for you, and then once you get the skill set, the knowledge, you take the bootcamp, then that's when you take LinkedIn series to break into tech sales. All right, so once I broke into tech sales, what happened? I did it in 30 days. I landed at my first company. I was extremely happy that I broke into tech sales. It was like everything I was thinking about every day. Like I was only thinking about tech sales day after day, reaching out to recruiters, applying to jobs. Like you just need to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I finally got there. And it's definitely possible for anyone watching this. Like I'm just a normal dude. I was in the military getting paid like 800 bucks every 2 weeks. So you can definitely do it. But anyways, I got into tech sales as an SDR. First few months at my first company were awesome. And then things just started going downhill. I don't want to get too much into detail, but pretty much people were getting fired left and right. Everyone that I came in with when I first got there got fired or left, and then more people came in, they got fired. I just wasn't having a good time. And so at the 6-month mark, I decided to put in my 2 weeks. And then once I said that, they let me go the next day. So it's a quick turnaround. It's not like a traditional job. Like if you're working at Little Caesars, where I was working at in high school, you got to put in your 2 weeks, give them like, some time to find new people or whatever, and then you can quit your job. Not in the tech industry. Like I told them I wanted to leave. I was saying like, really appreciate the opportunity. I loved working here, definitely build up my skill set, and I was gone the next day. So that's pretty much how it went. And what I would recommend to anyone watching this, no matter how much you don't like your first company, because rarely I think just getting in the door is more important than picking like the best company in the world. Now, if I could go back, I would just pick the right company at first, so that way you don't waste any time. But just getting that experience as an SDR on your LinkedIn makes a tremendous difference. In addition to that, just make sure if you do leave your company, leave on good terms. If you see things going downhill, don't wait to get fired. Just, hey, put in your 2 weeks, save a little bit of money, and then just start, reaching out to different companies. And you can do this simultaneously while you're at the company. Me personally, I just left and I just wanted to figure it out from there. That's pretty much how it went at my first company. As you guys seen on my videos, like working in tech, like that first experience was just so mind-boggling. Like it gave me a stipend to buy stuff for my home office setup. They provided me a MacBook, headset, microphone, dash cam. Like I got a bunch of stuff. In addition to that, like I was getting like Uber Eats credits, so I was getting like 25 or 50 bucks a week on Uber Eats. And so I was eating Uber Eats like twice a week, and it was just amazing experience being in tech and just seeing what everyone talks about, and why I think just the tech industry is probably the best industry to get in if you like making good money, if you like working remotely and you like working with amazing people, I think it's the best industry to get into. But that's how it went at my first company. All right, now my second tech company, I was able to make it into this company due to my connections and network. So definitely cherish every person you work with, every person you connect with on LinkedIn, because you truly are just one connection away from your next role or your next opportunity. So I landed my second SDR role, and I was in that SDR role for about 3 months or so. And then I got lucky and kind of stumbled upon an opportunity and was presented an AE role, and I accepted that account executive position. So now I am an S&B account executive at my current tech company. And so that's about 12 months, and I've been an AE for now 3-4ish months. So that's my whole kind of 12-month journey after completing Course Careers. So literally, like, the day I completed Course Careers, and a year later I'm an account executive in tech sales, which sounds crazy to say, but it actually came true. And I guess that's just when you believe in yourself, you believe in Course Careers, you believe in just putting in all your work into that first SDR role. You continue to make connections on LinkedIn, you continue just to show up daily at your job. Over time, you keep putting in work, the results will come. So I really just want to spread my story and share my story with you all, because so many of you have been reaching out and connecting with me on LinkedIn, like, hey, I just did Course Careers, hey, I just broke into tech, watching your videos. And so I really just want to keep pushing the narrative that you can do what I'm doing. I am not special. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of SDR jobs, and with the right blueprint, taught from Course Careers, I believe anyone can break in, as long as you have the skill set and the willingness to put forth and kind of head towards this path of tech sales. You can do it too. So if you want to get into tech sales, or you just want to start your tech journey, I would highly recommend checking out Course Careers. Make sure you use the first link in my description. It's gonna save you $50 off Course Careers. So you're spending $450, but now have the potential to make 6 figures in your first year. So highly recommend it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.